Hi there. Last week I did a video introducing blipweb, which is a Web MIDI application for creating and sharing patches for the MeeBlip anode synth. I've made some changes to blipweb in the past few days and wanted to do a quick video to demo the new stuff. Alright, so really quickly, to use blipweb you need to use Chrome. That's the only browser that currently implements the Web MIDI API. And the top of the interface, using this port selector, you need to select the port that your MeeBlip is connected to, and using the channel selector you select that the channel that your MeeBlip is configured to use. Alright, so new stuff. In the top bar there's a new button called Surprise Me. You click this thing and then it'll just randomly select values for the knobs and switches. And so this can be a pretty interesting way to just explore sounds and maybe get a seed for an idea on the MeeBlip. If you find something that kind of catches your ear, you can go in and start manually adjusting the knobs and switches and just kind of zero in on something that maybe you really like. Alright, another thing to point out, which I didn't mention in the first video, is that if you open the Developer Tools window in Chrome and you pull up the console, you'll see that the app produces a bunch of log messages. And one of the interesting ones here is when you click Send to MeeBlip, this will show you the MIDI output that's used, and it'll show you the actual raw MIDI data that's being sent to your MeeBlip. Okay, so let's look at the new stuff in the interface. In the oscillator section, there are a few new things. One is that I've got a wave bank selector here for selecting between banks A and B. And you also have a reference table that shows you the 8 wave types that are available in each bank. To make it easier to select these wave types, I've modified the wave knob to increment in steps of 16. So in the 0 position, this will give you the first wave in either bank, and then you can just click and get the second wave type, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Just kind of a convenience thing, makes it a little bit easier to get the different wave sounds. And then at the bottom of the interface, I've added mappings for all of the MIDI-only parameters. So the MeeBlip doesn't have tactile controls for any of these things, but it does respond to these parameters via MIDI. And that includes, these include the glide setting. You get a knob here, you got a VCF envelope amount, you have an LFO random mode, LFO note retriggering, and you can change the wave shape for oscillator B between pulse and sawtooth wave. So let me just let's use the Surprise Me option here. Let's send that off. Let's just hear what it sounds like. Kind of like a rumbly, like really low sound. So let's bring the octave up. Right, let's raise the cutoff a little bit. Slow the rate down. So one of the things you're hearing influencing the sound here is this LFO random mode. So let's turn that off and hear how it changes the sound. Let's turn that back on. So kind of interesting, showing you the wave selector. Let's move down to the PWM pulse wave in bank A. And let's just do maybe bank B. Let's just do maybe FM, I don't know, FM3. Alright, so it's a quick overview of the new stuff in blipweb. I think at this point all of the parameters that the MeeBlip supports are available in the UI. Might still be some issues here, but I think it's functionally complete. If you try it out and have ideas to share, definitely let me know. Thanks.